Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I share videos on the latest tech and helpful tips. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. Now let's get started.
If your circuit breaker is making a clicking sound, it's a clear signal that something isn't quite right with your electrical system, and it's certainly not a sound to ignore. While a definitive click is normal when a breaker trips to cut power, a persistent or intermittent clicking without a full trip indicates a potential issue that needs immediate attention. One of the most common culprits behind a clicking circuit breaker is an overload or a fault condition on the circuit. When too many appliances or devices are drawing power from a single circuit, it exceeds the breaker's rated capacity. The breaker's internal mechanism, designed to protect against such overloads, might be attempting to trip but struggling to fully engage, leading to a rapid succession of clicks or a chattering sound as it tries to disengage the power. Similarly, a short circuit or a ground fault can cause an instantaneous surge of current, and the breaker might click as it attempts to respond and interrupt the flow, sometimes failing to fully trip immediately, especially if it's an older or faulty unit. Another significant reason for a clicking sound is loose electrical connections. This could be within the breaker itself, where the wire connects to the terminal, or even further down the line in an outlet or switch. Loose connections create resistance, which generates heat. This heat can cause the metal components to expand and contract, leading to a clicking or buzzing sound as the connection intermittently makes and breaks, or as the internal components of the breaker shift. This arcing and heating are extremely dangerous, posing a serious fire hazard, and should be investigated by a professional without delay. Furthermore, the breaker itself might be aging or faulty. Over time, the internal springs, contacts, and bimetallic strips inside a circuit breaker can wear out, corrode, or lose their calibration. An old or failing breaker might not be able to hold its position reliably, leading to intermittent clicking as its internal mechanism struggles to stay engaged or disengage properly. It might also fail to trip when it should, leaving your home vulnerable to overcurrents, or it might nuisance trip at lower loads. This is particularly concerning because a faulty breaker might not provide the critical protection it's designed for, potentially allowing dangerous conditions to persist. In some cases, especially with modern arc fault circuit interrupters, AFCIs, or ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs, a clicking sound might be related to their specialized detection capabilities. These advanced breakers are designed to detect subtle electrical anomalies like arcing or ground faults that standard breakers might miss. Sometimes, they might click or chatter as they detect very minor, non-hazardous arcing or leakage, or during their self-test functions. While this can sometimes be a nuisance trip, it's often an indication that the AFCI or GFCI is doing its job and detecting something unusual, even if it's not a full-blown fault that warrants a complete trip. However, even in these scenarios, persistent clicking warrants investigation to rule out a more serious underlying issue. Regardless of the suspected cause, it's crucial not to ignore a clicking circuit breaker. Your first step should always be safety. If the breaker hasn't tripped but is clicking, try to identify which circuit it controls by checking your electrical panel diagram. Carefully and safely unplug appliances or turn off lights on that circuit to reduce the load. If the clicking stops, you might have an overload. If it persists, or if you notice any burning smells, flickering lights, or signs of heat around the breaker or panel, immediately call a qualified electrician. Attempting to diagnose or repair electrical problems yourself without proper knowledge and tools can be extremely dangerous. An electrician can safely assess the situation, determine the precise cause, and perform the necessary repairs or replacements, ensuring the safety and reliability of your home's electrical system. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe for more essential home safety tips.